Hello.
Then. Now.
Countdown to the queens.
Episode number 500.
Forever.
Looks like hell froze over.
Without any more further ado,
Together.
let's jump straight into the show. Hello, back to episode number 50. 50 episodes on TEW9 of the TEW IX Challenge Run. We're here for Monday, October 7th, 2024. We are a week removed from the TV special WWE Raw Unforgiven. And yeah, we had a very controversial main event where AJ Styles became the new WWE Champion, ending the reign of the Ring General at just, 16 days? But he did it in a TLC match, and Giovanni Vinci accidentally screwed over Gunnar in the match. So that's probably not going to sit well. Also, we had Wes Lee earning a shot to face Jay White tonight for the Intercontinental Championship in our main event. And Nova Nebula defended the championship against Becky Lynch. Path of the Dragon defended against the Patriarchy. Dijak defeated Christian in the Jailhouse Street Fight. Cora and Roxy beat Stephanie and Bayley. And Tegan Knox beat Tatum Paxley. Yes. And the match between Chad Gable and Trick Williams never got underway because Anthony Ogogo assaulted him. Tonight we are in Pittsburgh, in canon. I don't think I actually booked Pittsburgh as the event. But WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle is in the house. And also tonight, our main event is the aforementioned Intercontinental Championship match. Jay White defended against Wes Lee. Two, bad guys going at it for that belt. And plus, we also have Tatum Paxley against Piper Niven, Jade Cargill against Lyra Valkyria, and I think that's all be announced before the show. Anyway, without any more further ado, let's jump straight into tonight's show. The show gets underway. We start playing the intro, and then that just cuts off because Gunnar is storming to the ring to kick off the show. No music, he just storms there, goes, hey! Goes to the microphone, goes, hey! Giovanni Vinci, get your ass right out here, right now! Come on, I haven't got all day, Gio. You need to be punished for what you did last week. You made a mockery at Imperium, and more importantly, you made a mockery out of the Ring General. So get your ass out here right now and explain yourself. Instead of Giovanni Vinci, out comes Ludwig. And Ludwig walks out. He goes, Gunther, relax. Relax. I was, hey, 9. Don't you tell me to relax. Giovanni Vinci has been a liability to this group for a long, long time now, and I could overlook it when it was just him costing you 2 opportunities, but last week he booked me in a garbage match that I didn't even want to be a part of, and he cost me my WWE Championship, so now he needs to come out here and get his ass beat. And Ludwig says, Gunther, I understand your frustration, I understand it, but Vinci, I told him he didn't need to be here tonight. And Gunnar looks at Ludwig furious. He's like, huh? He goes, listen, I understand. Ludwig starts backing away in fear as Gunnar starts looking angrily at him. He goes, listen. I understand that you have your frustrations and that you wanted to talk to Vinci tonight, but I understand that you're angry. You need to get your anger out, Gunther. I understand how you can be when you're angry. I've been around you for years. And I didn't think that Giovanni, if I brought him here, it wouldn't have been safe for Giovanni. Gunnar just snatches the microphone out of his hand. He goes, hey, I don't care if it's going to be good for Giovanni or not. Giovanni doesn't deserve safety. What he deserves is to be taught a lesson and put in line after what he did last week. Huh? People on social media are calling Imperium a joke because you haven't been winning for a long time because of him. And last week, he cost me my championship that I worked so hard to get my hands on. And Lucas, I understand that, but you're going to have to just... And then Gunnar starts pinning Ludwig up against the wall. Goes, why don't you go back there and you go find Giovanni Vinci? And then Lucas like, I told you he's not here. Well, get Giovanni Vinci on the phone and tell him to get his ass to Raw next week, where I will personally deal with him. And he pushes Ludwig out of the ring. And Ludwig, like, you can see he's, like, holding his throat where Gunnar had him pinned up against the corner. And he, like, looks in the ring at Gunnar as if he's thinking, like, what the fuck, what are you picking on me for? And you can see the fans sort of, like, you know, you're going to take that shit. But he holds his lip or whatever. And then he does walk to the back. Furiously and sassily as Ludwig Kaiser can. And then, like, Gunnar, like, he stops halfway up the ramp, turns back around to look at Gunnar. Gunnar's like, go to the back. And then Gunnar gets out of the ring to follow him back. He goes, hey, I'm not messing around anymore. Get to the back now. And him and Gunnar both walk to the back. We follow the camera on them as they walk through. And, like, they walk through Gorilla. It's just, hey, go. But then, like, Becky and Cobra stood in Gorilla, and the camera then pans across to them as Gunnar ushers away Ludwig. She's there, both chanting over her shoulder. Goes, okay, Bird Girl. Tonight is the night. Tonight's the night that you do us proud. Last week, tragedy befell the World Wrestling Federation when Becky Stardust failed to become Becky Three Belts and lost to the champion over Nebula. But tonight, Bird Girl, you, in my honor, can win this match against my new rival, Jade Cargill, my mortal enemy, Jade Cargill. And Kay's like, mortal enemy seems a bit too far. Like, you've had problems for, like, what, 2 or 3 weeks? Because, hey, everybody that dares step to us is our mortal enemy. Okay? You were once my mortal enemy, Kelly, but you saw the light. Kelly goes, well, I still wouldn't go that far. He goes, hey, you're stood here, you're repping the Misfits, you're repping Becky Stardust, you're supporting your Bird Girl right here, and she's going to go out there and defeat Jade Cargill, get a win for all of us. And then Lyra's music hits, her and Kelly go out, Becky sort of, like, lingers behind. Camera lingers on Becky, she starts shaking her head, she goes, I gotta find more. These two aren't enough. 79-rate opening match, that's pretty good. You know, Gunther's fiery promo fired the crowd up, I guess. But Jade Cargill, of course, does defeat Lyra in 11:02 with Jaded. 71 for Jade, 70 for Lyra. So yeah, a very much overachieving match right here, based on the individual performances and the wrestling rating, but we'll take that. I'd rather it overachieve than underachieve, like, you know, Xavier Woods and Drew McIntyre. And this match was, you know, 6 ratings better than that main event of that pay-per-view. Whatever. Put that in the back of my mind. It's gone, okay? I'm not going to blame France entirely, but part of me thinks it was all France. Then get Kathy Kelly backstage. He goes, ladies and gentlemen, the patriarchy. Christian, Lexis King, and Dominic Mysterio walk into frame. And she goes, Christian, last week was not a very good week for you and your family. You came up short in that jailhouse street fight against Dijak, and now last week your sons, I guess, came up short in the World Tag Team Championship match against Path of the Dragon. Christian goes, what do you mean you guess, Kathy? Do you want me to show you the birth certificate that shows that I am the true father of both Dominic Mysterio and Lexis King? Didn't think so. But Kathy, you said last week was a bad night for the patriarchy, and I, as a responsible father, unlike the 2 original birth fathers of these 2 men, I have to take responsibility for that, Kathy, because I did come up short against that son of a bitch Dijak last week. And in him locking me in that cell, number one, I knew how Dominic felt. You know, it's not easy being locked up. And second, I couldn't be out there for my son's tag team championship match. And you know what happens when fathers are out there to give his fatherly love and support to his kid during their big tag team championship match, huh, Kathy? They had to go 3-on-2, where the other team had a big-ass dinosaur dragon man in their corner. Have you ever gone face-to-face with a dinosaur dragon, Kathy? She goes, can't say I have. He goes, of course you haven't, because dinosaurs are extinct. Zergus' entire family is dead. He's the only one left alive. And in just a few moments, I'm gonna finally make sure the entire species goes extinct. Because that's what they get for messing with my son. You don't put your hands on my sons and get away with it. And Kathy goes, I'm not even sure Zergus even got involved last week. He was just supporting his friends in Path of the Dragon. She goes, Oh, is that so, Kathy? Well, I'm going to do more than just get involved with Zergus coming up next. I'm going to give him a familial beating that only the patriarchy can deliver. And then get a quick promo video, Cora Jade and Roxy doing some, clicky Mean Girls bullshit promo. Yeah. The last few months have been great for Roxy and I. Ever since I opened the world's eyes to what that moron Bayley was doing, it's been hit after hit after hit. Roxy Perez, 3 weeks ago, pinned one half, that's right, I said one half, Becky, what are you going to do about it, of the women's tag team champions. And that fatal four-way didn't quite go her way, but last week, we put Bayley and her new leeching flavor of the month, Stephanie Vaquer, down. Now I'm sure Bayley will, suck all the life that she can get out of Stephanie before kicking her to the curb, which she does all her friends, but that doesn't concern us. Then Roxy starts speaking as well, because with a victory over the women's tag team champion, and us on a dominant run of tag team victories here, of a Bianca and Jakara, of a Bayley and Stephanie, I think that we've got to be within the reach of a potential match for the women's tag team champions. But yet I hear that over on SmackDown, Shayna Baszler and Carmella, they also fancy themselves the number one contender for these tag team championships. So it doesn't matter who it's going to be. If it's going to be Shayna and Carmella, if it's going to be Becky and Lyra, if it's going to be anybody from ECW or anyone else on Raw or SmackDown, it doesn't matter. Because you're looking at the future women's tag team champions and the future of WWE. 80 rating. Our father, Christian Cage, does pick up the victory over Zergus by cheating in 10 minutes. He doesn't quite, make the species go extinct. It's just a cheap win. I guess a low blow turned into a kill switch or whatever. 67 for Christian, 77 for Zergus. And yeah, nice little match. Christian does get the win, a rebound victory after his loss to Dijak last week. Because we can't just keep beating my father, because otherwise, he's not a very good role model influence of a father if he keeps losing, so he needs to pick up wins, because we damn sure know there's one thing Christian is, and that's a great dad. We then see Bobby Roode in his office, and, he's got a suit and tie, he's dressed to the nines, and then we hear the door knock, he goes, "Come in." And he immediately looks stressed as soon as the door opens, because in walks Bronson Steiner. He goes, "Bobby, my great boss, I hear you wanted to see me. You're number one employee." Bobby goes, "Correct, Bronson. Last week actually went by. We came and went without an appearance from you. You didn't feel the need to pop your head up and cause mayhem backstage last week. I know that's the bare minimum of an employee, but with your recent run, it's the best I could ask for, so we're actually going to reward you with a match tonight." And Bronson goes, "Great." Goes, "But I'm not going to let you fully off the leash yet, because I still don't trust you not to go into business for yourself. So we've got 5 security guards that are going to come out with you. The second the match is over, they're going to escort you to the back, and you're going to leave." Goes, "Great. I have a great time out there, Bobby. Thanks, boss. I'll make sure to drag the ratings up, because everybody wants to see the dogs barking over here on Monday Night Raw. And you're denying your fans the opportunity, Bobby Hell, because you're not running this place as well as you could be." Kurt Angle's music hits. He gets a big pop. And he comes down to the ring. And he's on the mic. He goes, "Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You didn't think you could have an episode of Monday Night Raw come and go in the backyard of your Olympic hero without an appearance from yours truly? So, as a WWE Hall of Famer, as a former Raw general manager, I keep my eyes on what's going on over here on Monday Night Raw. And as the man who founded Team Angle and picked superstars to rise through the ranks, who found their own success as a tag teams and as singles, I've got my eye on one guy in particular here on Raw who I think can carry this brand into the future. This man, in my eyes, is undeniably a future WWE champion. Now, he's done a whole lot around here in tag teams, in a tag team in the past. And now his future as a single star is already looking so bright, and it's only going to go up from here. So this guy is officially going to be given the Kurt Angle endorsement right here, right now. Out comes Chad Gable and Anthony Ogogo. He goes, Kurt, it's been a long time since I even saw you. It's been long overdue for you and I to step into this ring and, go face to face and prove to the whole world that we are actually different people. So, Kurt, I'm flattered. I'm flattered that you as an Olympic gold medalist, me as an Olympic hero, myself, Anthony as an Olympic hero himself. I'm glad that you found it within yourself to finally see the light and that Chad Gable is the future here in WWE. You're right, I have been a great tag team competitor, multi-time tag team champion. I've had a great singles run so far here in WWE as well. I've been United States champion. I've been Intercontinental champion. Mr. Money in the Bank, that makes me a future WWE champion, just like you said. But most importantly, I am the voice of reason around here on Monday Night Raw. Things around us are slowly spiraling apart, and it's all thanks to what happened at SummerSlam. And who was the man who alerted everybody to that? Me. So, Kurt, thank you so much for your endorsement in your hometown. You may now leave Chad Gable's ring. Kurt Angle just sort of laughed. He goes, Chad, I've been watching your entire career because a lot of people said that you could be the next Kurt Angle. And I do see some of myself in you. You're cocky, you're arrogant, you've won multiple championships. But you weren't the guy I was talking about just now. I was talking about this young, popular rising star here on Monday Night Raw. He came over from SmackDown. He's making a name for himself right about now. So, people of Pittsburgh, are you ready to whoop that trick? And Gable goes, no. No, there's no way you came out here to talk about Trick Williams, okay? Who even cares about Trick Williams? Trick Williams is a failed footballer. You should be endorsing real wrestlers, real Olympians like yourself, and more importantly, like me. And Trick Williams does come out. And him and Kurt Angle shake hands. And Gable just there. He's shaking his head to let him know that he disapproves of this. He goes, really? Trick Williams and Kurt Angle. What a match made in hell. What do you two even have in common, huh? And then Trick takes the mic and he goes, I can tell you a few things. One, we're both. We actually don't have that much in common at all, but I understand that Kurt, he sees talent, and he can't deny the undeniable rise of Tricky Williams. Just like you tried to deny my rise last week, Gable, when you sent this big-ass boxer on me. Well, it's a good thing that this big-ass boxer thinks he's tough, because does this guy not know that I've also got hands of my own, okay? They call me the greatest. Pow, pow, 1-2 punch. I can knock this guy's jaw on the floor. Gable goes, relax. This isn't about Anthony. This is about me. Okay, Trick. And if you really want this match so badly, how about next week? We'll banish Anthony Ogogo from the arena. You won't have to worry about him. And you and I can do this, and we can prove who really is the future WWE champion around here. Just not you, and Kurt Angle will feel stupid for endorsing you. Trick goes, I like the sound of that. Next week, Chad Gable, Trick Williams, let's do it. So yeah, Ogogo banished from Raw next week, I guess, to prevent a similar situation to what we saw last week where he jumped Trick Williams. But it will be Chad Gable and Trick Williams for real this time, one-on-one next week. And yeah, I just wanted to get Kurt Angle on screen to do a segment with Chad Gable, and he's a fan of Trick Williams. It's fine. Like, he doesn't have to be managing Trick Williams, because that is a weird combo. He can just, like him. Because Kurt's not sticking around on screen. It's just a one-off nice little cameo that I should probably start doing more of, because they're fun. We then cut backstage. And R-Truth, he's staring at Tony D'Angelo and the D'Angelo family like with so much confusion. He goes, did you get everything that I just said, Truth? He goes, dog, I'm completely lost. First of all, wasn't there another one of you last week? He goes, yeah, that's Luca. He's my lawyer, my consigliere. You haven't got to worry about him. But your first day on the job, here in the family, Do you know how to get rid of a body? Trick goes, a body? I mean, dog, isn't that I just lift weights and my body goes away? I guess that's not what I'm talking about, Trick. I'm talking about, making somebody disappear. Trick goes, disappear? You mean, oh no, I'm not a magician. I know we had that one guy around who used to be a magician, but I'm not a magician. You must be talking to the wrong guy. And then Big Cat's like, forget it, Don. He's not worth it. He goes, no, he's a... Relax, I see use here. So, Truth, you may notice that all 2 times he's not exactly around here anymore. And Truth goes, I did notice that. It has been a while since I've seen him. Do you know what happened, Truth? We need to dump him off somewhere, okay? Capiche? 2 times is out of here. Truth goes, he's been dead since the 90s, dog. I don't know. Then what you tell me goes, the 90s? What are you talking about? And Truth's like, Tupac. He's been dead since the 90s. And Tony goes, yeah, Tupac. That's who we're talking about, okay? So, well, guess what? They just found Tupac's body. And we need you to bury it. You get that honor, Truth. Imagine how that would look on your resume for Titus World Records, saying that you got the privilege of burying Tupac. Truth goes, dog, I don't know if I can do all that. That's a lot of pressure. Because I understand, Truth, but consider it your introduction into the Mafia. Truth goes, 3-6 Mafia get to bury Tupac. Man, I thought we were the greatest rap group in the game. And then they all take Truth away. So yes, he's got to go and take care of 2 times' body, because he's been whacked. But, it's our Truth, so. We then see Kathy Kelly with Billy Starks in Gorilla ahead of her debut. She goes, Billy, in just moments you get to go out there and make your debut as the youngest member of the WWE Monday Night Raw roster. I'm just wondering, there's obviously going to be a lot of nerves going through you right now. But he goes, obviously, Kathy, I stand here, 19 years old. I'm already, a 5-year veteran of this business. And, you think the nerves would go away after 5 years, but, when you're still, finding your feet in life, it's a hell of a lot of difference, and maybe tonight it might not go my way, it might, who knows, but I'm going to give it everything that I've got to make people proud to support me this early stage of my career. And Tiffany walks in and goes, oh, that's adorable. Kathy, who let the kid backstage here at Monday Night Raw? Okay, I understand she's probably a fan of me, and I'll give her an autograph, after my match. I've got a match against some debuting new weird girl, but why are you giving a microphone time to a fan when you're supposed to be giving microphone time to me? Because this is Tiffy time, and I should be the WWE Women's Champion right now, but I'm not because of Bianca Belair getting involved in my match 2 weeks ago because I had the nerve to say the truth about her and her little friend Jakara. Well, I'm still the fastest rising star here on Monday Night Raw. If anybody else thinks that the future, they've got to go through me. And then Billy sort of taps her awkwardly on the shoulder, and she turns around and like, hey, Billy Starks, Space Jesus, 19 years old. I'm who you're wrestling tonight. I'm not a child back here. I'm a part of this Monday Night Raw roster, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to beat you in my debut. Tiffy goes, make a wish. Good luck out there, kid. And then we get the match. Tiffany Tran versus Billy Starks. Gets a 58. Sure. For a first match for Billy, that's fine. She only gets a 30, but, young and not very popular, so it's fine. She can grow. But Tiffany Tran does win in 12:33 for PME, 30 for Billy, 73 for Tiffany. So yeah, she does give it her all, but she does unfortunately come up short in her Raw debut tonight. And then Tiffany takes the microphone after the win. Because you see girls like that, girls like Billy there, those are the sort of girls that need a mentor around here. Those are the sort of people that need a veteran to guide them to the top. Just like I'm doing with my friends Anne-Marie and Mariah. Okay, because I'm a veteran of just 3 years. I'm already better than all your faves. I'm better than her. I'm better than Becky. I'm better than Jade. I'm better than Bianca Belair. Okay, but Bianca drags dead weight around her ankle named Jakara Jackson, whereas girls like that are who you need to be scouting. Okay? Not losers like Jakara who just holds you down, because Bianca, you called yourself the franchise player for so long. All I see now is a wannabe tag team wrestler who can't even win tag team matches often because she keeps on losing because her partner is a joke. Bianca storms out. She goes, girl, what did I tell you before? Okay, first of all, 2 weeks ago you had that comment after you ran your mouth about me and my homegirl Jakara. Second of all, you don't know when to keep our names out of your pretty little mouth here. Because I know you think the whole world revolves around you, but it doesn't, okay? And as far as I'm concerned, I'm still the franchise player. I'm still the EST. And if you think that myself and my friend Jakara, who you call dead weight, can't get into a fight right now, I say, put him up and let's go. Bianca then tackles Tiffany Stratton to the ground. Jakara tries to start fighting with Anne-Marie and Mariah May, and obviously she's outnumbered. Bianca does get up and she starts throwing hands with one of them as well, lays out Anne-Marie with a KOD, and then Tiffany gets up and punches Bianca Belair, takes her down, hits the PME on Bianca, and then her and the blonde Barbie stand tall as Jakara checks on Bianca, and Tiffany leaves. Nova, she gets a quick video package because I've got nothing for her this week, and we're in the process of finding her next challenger. So she watches back her victory over Becky, and then her beating Bayley. She goes, "These are some of the greatest women's professional wrestlers of this generation, and arguably of all time. Becky Lynch, Bayley, got some of the future top stars of the division, Stephanie Vaquer, Tiffany Stratton. All of them can't hold a candle to me. You know, I am the women's WWE Women's Champion for a reason. I'm the queen of the ring for a reason. And I feel like a lot of people are focusing their eyes everywhere else apart from on me. Even as the women's champion, I'm not looked at on the same level as a Becky Lynch, who I just beat, as a Bayley, who I just beat, or as a Bianca Belair, or even as Jade Cargill. That's fine. I know I'm good. I know I'm better than all of those women. But the question is, who's going to step up? Who wants to enter my stratosphere? Because I'm light years ahead of everybody else. The gauntlet's out there, ladies. Which one of you wants to pick it up? We then got to Dio and Manny in Gorilla. And he goes, "Hey buddy, how you holding up?" He goes, I'm kind of stressed, about the survey thing. He goes, "Hey, don't worry about it, I've actually booked you a great hotel for after your match tonight, because I think you might need a good long rest." Manny goes, "I might, but I'm going to come back there a winner, and then we can finally end this survey thing once and for all." He goes, "Yeah, a winner, Manny. Good luck tonight. I believe in you. And by the way, this is the address for the hospital I've got. I mean, the hotel I've got booked in for you." And Manny goes, "You call it a hospital? Why would I be sent to a hospital, Dio? I'm gonna win tonight." Dio goes, "Yeah, I believe you, but yeah, I think it's best for both of us if you go out there alone tonight." And Manny goes, "Sure, I'll get the job done alone tonight, Dio. What's the worst that could happen?" His match is against Bronson Steiner. And Bronson Steiner kills Manny in 3 minutes and 48 with a Gorilla Press Slam. 90 for Bronson, 73 for Manny. And yes, the security guards do accompany Bronson, so he looks like Goldberg coming out, basically, because, except no, because the security don't just stop at the backstage area, they do follow him out to ringside. So there's just like 5 security guards at ringside as he beats up Manny. Then as the match finishes, Bronson's celebrating. The security guards will get into the ring and they're like, "Hey, come on, leave. And then Bronson Steiner does beat them all up. He spears all the security guards, he power slams a lot of the security guards, and then Bobby Roode comes out storming. He's ripped his tie off at this point. And he goes, You get your ass to the back right now." Bronson goes, "I'm sorry, did I screw up, Bobby? I'm so sorry." You know, I thought these security guys, I thought these were my opponents. I thought you'd sent 5 more opponents out here for me tonight. So I just thought I'd make sure I'd beat their ass, okay? Bobby goes, get to the back. In fact, leave. Leave this arena right now, okay? I knew I was a mistake even booking you in a match tonight. Bronson goes, oh, I hope this doesn't kill my legacy, Bobby. It's fine. I'll be a good little boy, okay? My job on the clock is over, so I'll be a good boy and leave. And he storms to the back. Bobby Roode, follows him. He's stressed out tonight, Bobby Roode. We then cut backstage. Billy Starks walking through the hallway. And then the cameraman is like, Billy, can we get some words on your Monday Night Raw debut? She goes, not really. I know I said before the match that win, lose, or draw, I was going to go out there and make myself proud. And I am proud of being just 19 years old and competing on Monday Night Raw. That's incredible. But I really needed to win tonight. Perhaps Tiffany was right. Perhaps I do need someone to guide me around here on Monday Night Raw. And then she bumps into Becky. Becky sort of turns around slowly and goes, who touched? Who are you? She goes, hi, Billy Starks. I'm the latest superstar here on Monday Night Raw. 19 years old. I just had my debut lost. Didn't go so well. Becky goes, so you're the young lady I've heard so much about. But he's like, all good, I hope. She goes, what did you say your name was? She's like, Billy Starks. I see it now. On the lights. Becky Lynch and the Misfits World Tour. Obviously, Becky Stardust, front and center, the Women's Tag Team Champions, New York Times best-selling author, all that. You know who I am. Bird Girl, Killer Kelly, and you, my Star Girl. I can make you something special. Do you want to be something special? And Billy goes, I mean, it sounds alright, yeah. And then Becky puts her arm around Billy Starks and goes, you are just she pinches her cheeks. She's like, you are the exact soft, moldable piece of clay. The final piece de resistance. Now, Stargirl, it's us against the world. And then she drags Billy Starks away. Bayley and Stephanie Vecca meet up in the backstage. Like, hey, I just want to talk about last week. Stephanie sort of glares up at Bayley. She goes, listen, I get it. I screwed up. I guess what Cora said got to my head. I hope you understand that that's all it was, and it was the Cora. She got to me. It wasn't anything malicious between you and I. Stephanie continues to look up at her. That's when Bobby Roode does walk into the locker room. He goes, ladies, I'm glad you're both in here. You're the two sort of women I need to speak to. And Bayley goes, hey, what is it, Bobby? He goes, we are on the verge of something big here for the Raw Women's Division. And you two might want to stay on the same page, or you might not. But either way, I'm sure you two will end up fighting one way or the other soon. And he walks off. And then Bayley and Stephanie all look at each other confused. Like, what the fuck does that mean? That was rather cryptic. 78. Piper Niven wrestles this match, quite injured because she was attacked backstage last week by Tatum Paxley prior to Tatum's match with Tegan Knox. So obviously with the injuries being carried, Tatum Paxley can pick up the win with the Psycho Trap in 950. 79 for Piper, 71 for Tatum. So yeah, I didn't want to beat Tatum 2 weeks on a trial against both the Liberators, so Tatum does pick up the victory here. And of course she attacked them because she felt that these Raw women were taking away spots in the division. But Tatum's proving that she can hang with these Liberators. We then see Bronson Steiner He's about to leave the arena. He's walking through the hallway. He sees security, some of them which like backing away from him. And then we just hear, "Hey, Bronson." He sort of stops and turns around, and it's Chad Gable. He's like, "Listen, big man, listen. We got off on the wrong foot. Okay? Any tension you and I may have, it's out of the window as far as I'm concerned, because you and I, we breathe the same air. We both see exactly what's going on around here, and it's not great. So, Bronson, consider me your one inside the locker room. I can get you exactly where you need to be, Bronson. So how about a truce between you and I?" Bronson goes, "I'm not interested." And he leaves, and Gable goes, "But can you please just do one thing for me? If you want to make a statement, I'll teach you how to make a statement tonight." And then the camera fades to black. You don't get to hear what he said to Bronson Steiner. But Gable, probably smartly, he's called himself the smartest man on the roster. Buddying up to Bronson Steiner right now feels like a smart thing to do. You don't want none. Out comes the new WWE champion, AJ Styles. He gets into the ring. He goes, "Damn, does it feel good to stand here in a WWE ring for the first time in 6 years and be able to say, ladies and gentlemen, I am the champ that runs the camp." Now, Gunther is one of the toughest son of a bitches on this entire roster. But I believe myself and Cody Rhodes are the only two men this year to have been able to put a stop to the Ring General. And he's got his own personal issues going on with his little group. Quite frankly, I couldn't give a damn about anything that's going on over in Imperium, because as far as I'm concerned, things between myself and Imperium are over because I'm the champion. This may not be the house that AJ Styles built, but it's the house that I currently reside in. And I'm going to level with you. A couple of months ago, I almost retired here in WWE. But with this championship now around my waist, it proves that what I did was exactly the right call, and that was to ditch the dead weight, and that was to prove that I am the top guy, and that I can hang with this generation. I never know how long this is gonna last, so if anybody back there wants a shot, come get some. Out comes Montez Ford and Oro Mensah. Goes, AJ Styles. If I didn't know any better, I think you're out here pandering to this crowd. That's not what you do. That's not what AJ Styles does. I see you in your eyes. You're phenomenal. You're one of the greatest professional wrestlers to ever do it. And you defeated the Ring General Gunther. By hook or by crook, and there was a hook and a crook, you are the WWE champion. And it annoys me because I don't get to prove that I can beat the Ring General Gunther, because I can. But now I don't have to, because you stand here with what I want around your waist. The past few weeks have been a tough ride for me. Just when it looked like I got back to the top, woo! Knocked back down. But that's the story of my career. I get up, I get down, I get up, I get down. There are people I'm hearing, old friends of mine, that seem to think that I got handed everything here in this industry. They seem to think I got chosen to be the top guy. Like I didn't have to bust my ass day in and day out to get that opportunity. And AJ Styles, I want that opportunity. AJ Styles, you want to defend your WWE Championship against the rightful number one contender? You're looking at him. And AJ sort of laughs him off. He goes, alright, kid. You're a hell of a talent. You're a hell of a WWE superstar. And long after I'm gone, I'm sure you'll be carrying this place, but you ain't no AJ Styles, boy. what makes you think that you are next in line for this championship shot? He goes, oh, that didn't convince you, huh? Well, maybe this will. He just slaps the fuck out of AJ. And then AJ sort of like glares at him. And then Ora Mensa gets in there as well. AJ Styles kicks Ora Mensa in the balls. Montez Ford tries to fucking fight off AJ Styles as well. Tez takes AJ down. He goes to hit the big frog splash on AJ, but AJ scurries away. Boos. Then as Tez hops off the top rope, Ora Mensa gets his feet and he grabs him and goes, hey, if you can kick me and get away with it, huh? Tez may want you for the WWE Championship, but I want you next week. So yeah, AJ Styles, Ora Mensa. Singles match next week. And we seem to have Montez Ford stepping up for the next shot of the WWE Championship. Then see Tatum. She sort of like sat in a corner backstage. When Kathy Kelly walks by, she sort of like squats down next to her. She goes, Kathy, come and take a seat. And Kathy takes a seat next to Tatum. Goes, Tatum, I wanted to get some comments about your win over Piper Niven tonight. She goes, I did it. I did beat Piper Niven tonight. Goes, so yeah, you know, I guess that's your goal accomplished. And Tatum goes, yeah, I guess that's my goal accomplished. And she just starts sobbing. And Kathy Kelly sort of like looks at her really weird. It's like, Tatum, why are you crying? She goes, go away! And then Kathy scurries away as Tatum continues to like sob after she won. Okay. And then see Raven. Him and the grand jury. And he goes, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's time for the grand jury to stop sitting in the sidelines in the dark. And it's time for us to take and take and take. Because we are the grand jury. And what we do isn't sit back and wait for opportunities. What we do is step up. And we demand opportunities. We make people wake up to opportunities. The grand jury, under my guidance, will no longer be forgotten. We will rise to the top now and evermore, starting with Tag Team Championship victory. Then Emerson and Ken go to like step out, and then Raven like puts his arms out to hold them back. And then Damian Priest steps forward, he looks off the camera, he goes, you ready? And then Buddy Murphy just walks into frame, he goes, sure, I guess I'll give this a go. You know, what could possibly go wrong? So yeah, Damian Priest is teaming with Buddy Murphy tonight, you know. He beat him 2 weeks ago. So I guess Buddy's bad luck has led him to this path. They get a 70. They get a quick victory over Logan Paul's goons, Carlito and Cameron Grimes, who apparently have excellent chemistry as a team. Okay. I don't think I've ever had that specific pairing team up before. But yeah, Damian Priest pins Carlito over Savage Heaven in 7 minutes and 5. Actually, I probably would change. I'll probably have Buddy Murphy get the pin on one of them. Yeah. 73 for Buddy, 85 for Priest, 71 for Grimes, and then 53 for Carlito. So yeah, despite the recent rejections of Buddy Murphy to join the flock, him and Priest, his old tag team partner, like, it's like riding a bike, I guess. They're back together for one night, at least, and they win. Next week, we have a couple of matches set for next week's episode of Raw, including a women's tag team match following the segment and fight earlier on tonight. It will be the Blonde Barbies as Amory Porter and Amory Porter and Mariah May taking on Jakara Jackson and Bianca Belair of EST. You know, Tiffany Stratton said some harsh words about both of them women, so they're going to get that tag team match coming up later on next week. Plus, the WWE Champion AJ Styles will be in action when he takes on another member of EST. Montez Ford, the only member of EST not wrestling next week. It will be AJ Styles against Montez Ford's buddy, his right-hand man, Oro Mensa, on next week's episode of Raw. Plus, Anya Gogo will be banished from the arena as Trick Williams and Chad Gable will finally have their match they were supposed to have last week and it'll be taking place on next week's episode of Raw. An 88 rated main event. Wes Lee, Jay White, Intercontinental Championship on the line. Now this is a kind of a bizarre match because they are both heels, which I'll get into all of this at a later date, but there's an overarching theme on Raw. I think I've said this before, where, like, there are so many stories in my mind where, like, the lines are blurred and, like, people choose who's who. Like, Wes Lee's the heel against LA Knight, but he has made some valid points. And, like, you know, the obvious people that aren't currently on the show that you can decide who the face and heel is. And then there's, I guess now, the Imperium stuff. And, yeah, just a bunch of, like, intertwining stories that are, like, a little bit blurred lines. So this is more of a bit of a blurring line match. And I guess based on, like, how they wrestle, Wes Lee would be the de facto babyface here. And he does give a great showing in this main event. Both men scored 96s as well, by the way, so that's, you know, pretty sick. But as Wes Lee's getting going, he hits a cardiac kick on Jay White. He has him beat. And then Austin Gunn runs out and puts his foot on the ropes. And Wes Lee's getting frustrated. he does a big dive to the outside, wiping out Austin Gunn. He gets back into the ring, plants Jay White down for a second time, and this time Colton Gunn pulls the referee out of the ring. And he's like, what the fuck is happening? Like, this is bullshit. And then the Guns, they do hit 310 to humor on Wes Lee. Jay White picks him up with a Blade Runner to score a 1-2-3, and Jay White retains the Intercontinental Championship. For you Wes Lee fanatics out there, who are probably disappointed he didn't win the championship here, I'll give you this little nugget. I've had the Jay White IC title picture planned out basically from, like, May through the end of WrestleMania for months. And this was the first time I debated steering off the path and just putting the belt on Wes Lee. But, as you'll see in a minute, we're definitely not done with Wes Lee's current, you know, push. Because look at these fucking ratings. But yes, Jay White does retain thanks to a lot of fuckery. And he takes the mic after the match, does Wes. And he goes, what's that, huh? What's this? Okay, bullshit in my championship match, okay? Now back at SummerSlam, I got involved in LA Knight's business, and I accidentally kicked him in the face. He didn't appreciate that, and deep down, he was right to not appreciate that, because I did get involved in business that wasn't mine. It was his championship match. But ever since that day, everyone around here's been on a vendetta to screw me. Okay, this place is turning into a hellhole right now, and it's because of people like Jay White and the Guns running around here doing what they can. It's because of people like LA Knight that walk around here doing whatever they can. You got Bronson Steiner doing whatever he can. This place is under mayhem, and it all fell apart coming out of SummerSlam. I don't know why that was, but let me tell you one thing about this. I'm not going to sit back and be disrespected because this place isn't treating Wes Lee with the respect Wes Lee needs to be treated with, okay? And one last thing is that and then he gets snatched up from behind and planted with a BFT by LA Knight. And then it's like, hey, you want to run your mouth, dummy, okay? All of us see a lot of issues running around here, okay? Because I should be the United States champion right now, and I'm not because of your dumbass. And now you're not the Intercontinental champion because of their dumbasses. So as far as I'm concerned, this world ain't out to get you, it's out to get all of us. It's about how badly you get beat up, and if you can get back up. And LA Knight keeps getting back up. Yeah. Axiom then sort of runs out, and he tries to back LA Knight away from Wes Lee. And Wes Lee gets up and he gets in Axiom's face and goes, what the hell is your problem, huh? He sort of shoves Axiom to the floor. A bunch of referees come out and hold LA Knight and Wes Lee and Axiom apart. And then Jay White's on the ramp. He's just got the belt over his shoulder and he's just laughing and watching this in the ring. And then we cut to him. We follow him backstage as like the referees and security hold apart LA Knight and Wes Lee. And he cuts to We follow him to the backstage of the parking lot. He goes, "Wow, while all that's happening out there, okay, leave this camera on me, okay? Because those two can pull out any old excuse they want as to why they're not the champion right now. But I am the Intercontinental Champion. I will be the Intercontinental Champion forever. Because anybody back here who wants a piece of this, me and my guns will put them down. Because we just proved that we're better than everybody on this roster." He turns around and guess who's there staring at him? It's Dijak. And he's just there, sunglasses on, just glaring a hole through Jay White. And he's like, "Hey there, big boy. Hey, what's up?" And then Dijak takes his sunglasses off. And he goes, "What's up? It's that I never got my real official rematch for that championship. I lost it back at WrestleMania, and I was too busy tooling around as somebody else made me second choice. And now that guy's in the past. He's dead to me now. My eyes are set on justice. I'm bringing you to justice. I'm bringing that championship to justice." Then we see Trick Williams sort of walk past, and he gets into his car and he goes, "Whoa, I hope we ain't now talking about the Intercontinental Championship right now, because there's one thing I know of damn for sure, and that's that Tricky Willie, I'm coming for that championship, okay? Once I'm done with Chad Gable's goofy ass next week, I want the next shot of that title." And then he turns around, and he's speared through his open car door by Bronson Steiner. And he starts beating up Trick Williams backstage. And then a bunch of security and people rush up to him. He goes, "Hey, I'm off the clock. Okay? As far as I'm concerned, this show's over and you don't control me anymore. But I'm leaving. And he walks away as the medics check on Trick to end the show. Very chaotic ending, I know. Can you tell I just watched AEW Full Gear? 85 rated show. Pretty good. This was a fucking... If I do say so myself, this was a rocking episode of Raw. No filler, all killer, basically. But of course, I'm as much like you thought of the show, so don't know you thought in the comments below. And I'll see you on the other side for Heat. We kick off Heat with just Kiana James in her office. No Sasha, no Next Gen, just Kiana. She's talking to the camera. She goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, it comes with great privilege that I sit here, Kiana James, the interim stand-in head of the women's division, and I have a big announcement to make. For the first time in my career, I will be making a special appearance on Wednesday night's episode of ECW, where I will make an announcement that will send shockwaves through the entire women's division. So you're not going to want to miss that." That's when Tracy Sharrow walks in. He goes, "Kiana, what happened last week at Kathy? That wasn't cool." So, pardon the pun. Kiana goes, "No, I thought it was fine. Kathy, we sent her out there. We want to evaluate each of you. We understand the value that you have as a group, okay? You've beaten many of the legends of WWE in the past, in War Games, in fact. But we want to take apart the group and have a look at each individual unit. Hence, I invited you here today, and not Kathy, and not Lucy, and not Samantha, and not Nene. Because it's your turn tonight, Tracy, to be evaluated by Kiana James and those in power who I listen to." And Tracy said, "So Sasha," she goes, how dare you? I run the division, so any women's wrestler is beneath me, okay? Now why don't you get out there? Your match has got a match coming up soon, so, off you get out of my office, okay? Get ready. Not very good. I sent B-Fab out there because B-Fab had a match on IRL SmackDown. I was like, she did alright. Let's see what she can do in there. And I wanted to give Shida a win, because Shida's lost a lot recently, but she's still, pretty good. But they've got no chemistry, and the match bombed, so I guess my B-Fab, she ain't anything special. 56 for Shida, 47 for B-Fab. But yeah, she does pick up a win, which is nice for her. She doesn't get a lot of those recently. 72 rated tag match. Just a mixed brand women's tag team bout. Fallon Henley and Aaliyah of Fatal Influence defeating Sol, Ruca, and Zoe Stark. Fallon pinning Sol in 9:06. 63 for Fallon Henley, 69 for Aaliyah, 60 for Zoe, and a 65 for Sol. So yeah, with those ratings and these people involved, that's 72 is actually really good. I'll take that a lot, definitely. That's only one rating less than the Bad Blood. No, I can't keep mentioning the Bad Blood main event. Okay. We then see J-Flow's latest gig. They're playing Kyoto. And they're out there, you know, singing and dancing doing J-Flow stuff. Chelsea Green is on stage with them. And she's just, you know, bobbing her head up and down. She's not even really singing. And Mackie takes it and goes, ladies and gentlemen... Oh, she's speaking in Japanese, obviously. She's like, ladies and gentlemen, introduce our newest member of J-Flow. She, like, points to Chelsea. The spotlight comes on Chelsea. She goes, I guess I'm Chelsea. I guess... I don't know what she just said. Konnichiwa. And they will start booing Chelsea because she's not Mina. They loved Mina. The J-Flow fans. The J-Flow simps worldwide loved Mina. And they start throwing tomatoes at Chelsea Green as she leaves the stage. And then we cut to the end of the gig. You know, J-Flow all in their locker room, you know, cooling down or sweaty when Chelsea walks in covered in fucking tomato juice and shit. And she's like, is that normal? Is this what you people have to live with every single day? And he goes, no, they just don't like you. Goes, what do you mean they don't like me? Well, what's not to like? I am lovable. I hate this damn country so much. She storms off. And then Mackie and the rest of them just all like turn to each other, shrug, continue watching TV or whatever they were doing before. Oh. Well then. Alba Fire is Tracy Sharrow's opponent in her Kiana James trial, I guess. And they get a 79 rated match. So she fucking passed. Whether she lost and got screwed, you know, the story is that she got screwed again because Iona Webb was out there and Tracy Sharrow had nobody. If you can pick up what's going on. But yeah, Alba Fire pins Tracy Sharrow with a glory bomb in 9 minutes and 20. 79 for Alba, 62 for Tracy Sharrow. Pretty good match. I could have actually closed with this, but I didn't. Our main event is an 83, so that's good. Ruby Riott. You know, she's the flavour of the month right now. She's fucking sick. So, her and Xia Li had a pretty good match. Xia still is with Path of the Dragon. She's still there ringside of most of their matches. She just doesn't fit into the Raw Women's division right now as it is. So, she wrestled a lot on Heat, and this was probably her best match yet on Heat. Because, you know, it's Ruby Riott. She gets an 87. But yeah, Ruby, our little devil's advocate here, scores the win, and that ends Heat. She gets us a 78 rated Heat. That's pretty good for Heat. And yeah, that brings us to an end of episode 50 of TEW 9. Still wild, but 50 episodes into 9 already. But yeah, I'll see you next time, episode 51, with ECW, the fallout from High Voltage, plus an appearance from Kiana James, as she has a special announcement, I guess. See you then.